Good afternoon. Today, the day before Thanksgiving, which will be tomorrow, I thought for a taste test we'd reach back in time a little bit. We're going to go back to a bottle bottled in 2010. I've had this bottle for some time. I've got another bottle of it too. I don't remember the year on that one. I'd have to look up the code. But this was bottled September 3rd of 2010. It's Wild Turkey, rare breed. Let's get it open. Should be able to look like this, but I don't do so well with that. And for all the time it's been in the bottle, believe it or not, she's held up rather well. The neck fill has not dropped. So the key will be, will it pour without, we'll be able to get the cork out. That's where we run into most of our problems on these older bottles like this. There you go for everybody just to take a quick look at. It's the older, rounder bottle of the rare breeds that they used to do. A little more ornate, nice looking than, I think, than the new bottles, but I'm a little jaded. It still has the wooden cork top back then. Oh, she had a tight seal. Looking forward to this, actually. Let's get us a little pour. We might have a little bit more tomorrow on Thanksgiving. Anyway, I don't know why I said that so quietly. All right, while we're thinking about it, I'm gonna leave the cap off this for a minute, let her breathe some. She's been in that bottle since September 3rd of 2010, 15 years now, over 15 years. So we can let her have a little air. It ain't gonna hurt her none. She's got just a little bit of residue right there. That's to be expected. It ain't hurt nothing. I ain't hurt nothing at all. The labeling, this is a batch number WT-03RB. For those who are interested, you can see it right there. I don't know if it'll show up or not. We'll see. Hopefully it refocuses back on me. This is 54.1% alcohol by volume, 108.2 proof. Love the embossment. Love the labeling. I've always loved Wild Turkey's labeling. They've always did a good job. Everything they've done. The spirit of Wild Turkey has been captured in this barrel-proof whiskey to create the finest of bourbon pleasures. Handcrafted and uncut with water, rare breed is truly a legendary treasure to savor. Handcrafted and uncut with water, which means this is straight from the barrel. It wasn't watered down to the 54.1% alcohol by volume, which is strange because the other one is 54.1% alcohol by volume. And it's not the same year as this one. So I don't know how they magically get them all to show up there without some sort of proofing them to reach said ABV. Anyway, love the brown color. She's sitting in here so nicely. I know I'm dragging it out just a little bit. I got a little bit of a spill. Oh, the legs are showing up. They're running nicely. Aesthetics on this, love the bottle, love the embossment, love the labeling. The only thing is we don't know the year. I think the common consensus on some of this is somewhere between 8 and 10, but I may be wrong about that, so do not quote me on that. Aesthetics wise though, it's a 9 for me all day long. All day long. If it put how old it was on it, it'd be a 10. That's the only thing. If I had an age statement on it, we'd see 10 years. All right, let's go into the nose. Oh, cinnamon apples. Cinnamon apples. Wonderfully done. Let's clean up our mess just a little bit. The finish on this table ain't the best, but I'd like to keep it as best as I can. Still cinnamon apples. Wonderful cinnamon apples with a nice oak background. Mmm. Mmm. Just a faint touch of this is gonna sound crazy. Maybe it's just because I got it on my mind. I don't know. I actually got huckleberries on my mind, but it smells more like a blueberry. And you hold it right there. Sour blueberries. Slightly soured blueberries. I don't think I've ever got that note on a whiskey before. A Scotch maybe, but not a bourbon. Ah, then you get the nice rich corn background. She does tend to tingle the nose a little bit. Mmm. But that rye is coming through on that nose. It's mouth watering. My mouth is watering. I'm getting the rye too. The nose is nice. The nose is real nice. So out of 20 on the nose, oh, we're definitely giving it a 17. The nose is real nice. It's not the kind of nose I could probably sit here and sniff all day, but I enjoy it. Cheers, everybody. Cinnamon and apples. There is a banana note in this, and the flavor. Now, cinnamon banana. Think of Bananas Foster's. That caramel. The banana note's really working well on this. Don't get the berry notes just faint on the nose. It doesn't carry here at all. But the caramel, the cinnamon, the apple, but the banana, just. This is a sipper, boys and girls. More of that banana note. It's mouth-watering, but it's also drying. It's starting to dry out in the palate now. That's a touch bit astringent. Just a touch bit astringent. Let's call the flavor 16. The mouthfeel. I would prefer a little more oily. Mouthfeel of 15. And the finish. The astringency in the end hurts the finish. This is the up front is the best part of this note. The up front, once it starts into the finish, that astringency it's a very oaky astringency that kind of comes through the back end. Still a good sipper though. Still a good sipper. But the finish is a little lacking on this one. You know, we're just doing a good one more point down, 14 on the finish. So 17, 16, 15, 14. That's not to say it's a bad finish. I'm nitpicking this a little bit. Value. The value on this one is really incalculable. Because when I bought it, I think I paid upper 30s for it way back then. And I mean, we're talking 2015 time frame, maybe 2014 time frame. And it was a 2010 had been sitting on the shelf. So it had been sitting there a while before I bought it. I may have bought it sooner than that. It may have been a 2013 purchase. Somewhere along those lines. So the value was good for then, but I really can't put it in value for it in today's sense of everything. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this total out of 20, 40, 60, 80, 90. So 90 points. So we're going to do the percentage out of 90, and then we're going to transfer that up to a percentage, which is basically what we got anyway when we do this. So, is my thing not working, my calculator? It's awful damn. There we go. Let's get a little light there now. So we got a 9 plus 17 plus 16 plus 15 plus 14 equals 71. Because we're not putting the value on this one. The value is going to be left off. That's not to say that if you could find it in this day and age for anything under 50 bucks, it would be a 10 on the value. But we're not going to do it like that. So, 71. So it's an 88 percentile. 88%, 88.8875, so it's 88. You can say 89. We'll just call it an 89. So the score on this is going to be basically an 89 out of 100. So I like it. I do. I don't know if that's right though. No, that's not right. My mistake. I did it out of 80. Should have out of 90. Oh. That seems awful high to me. 0.79. So it's a 79 out of 100. Not an 89 out of 100. Percentile wise, which is still a good, so that's a high C. Which means it's more than purchasable. The finish and the astringency on the finish hurt this. The nose is the best part. And as we go through the flavor profile, and then it is just not quite as oily as I'd like it to be. It's more oily. Well, I say oily as I'd like it to be. But I would like to have it more on that creamy side, especially a single barrel. And you don't get that very often, on all honesty. I've seen some guys call things creamy that I've tasted and I've went, don't taste creamy to me. But maybe their mouthfeel determination is different than mine. This has drug on long enough. Needless to say, I hope you enjoyed it. It's an old whiskey. It's not something you're going to see every day. And I will enjoy it, that's for sure. Because I've kept several of these old wild turkeys around that I found over the years. I've drank the newer stuff. The older stuff I've kind of lingered a little bit. So, remember, Spirit in the glass isn't running from you. Take your time, sip, and enjoy it. You'll be better for it, as will we all. Everyone want to have a wonderful, wonderful, happy Thanksgiving. Later. Whiskey burp.